Here he goes again. Range is talking about skill-based matchmaking. But this time, I'm speaking somewhat positively. No, I haven't gone crazy. I still hate skill-based matchmaking. I still never want to see it in any of my favourite games. What I'm referring to is Sledgehammer Games finally addressing, or should I say subtly referring to, skill-based matchmaking in their recent Q&A. They answered many questions, but the one that's caused the most talk in the community is regarding the matchmaking in Modern Warfare 3. They were asked about the disbanding lobbies, and they said this in response. In a future game update, we'll be testing non-disbanding lobbies with a cohort of players to determine the performance of such a change. If these tests go well, we'll explore a rollout to all our players. This is massive for Call of Duty, because the disbanding lobbies is one of the key ways in which skill-based matchmaking takes effect. You'll notice after every game, you're booted out of the lobby, you can't stay with the same people. Your skill is then reassessed, and you're put into another lobby with people closer to the skill you've been in the last few matches. But if this change comes into effect, what this will mean is, if you find a good lobby which you're enjoying, you're creating rivalries with the other players, you're smack talking each other on the mic, you're doing all this stuff with them, you're enjoying the game, you can stay in that lobby. And this has been a fundamental part, was a fundamental part of Call of Duty back in the day. It's what made the game so popular. If you think back to the golden era, everyone was in game chat, everyone was talking to each other. It was either rivalries were being created or friends were being made. This was important stuff. It allowed people to have a consistent flow of fun matches. You might have just played a domination game in which the other team slightly won. You could then rematch them and try and beat them. This is such simple stuff. This has been taken away from us in this new era of Call of Duty. But the big question that I'm posing here, that's the title of this video, is this the beginning of the end for skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty and in gaming as a whole? I think definitely over the last couple of years, skill-based matchmaking is becoming less and less of a taboo topic with developers. Developers are being much more open with their community about it. Last year we had Apex Legends and Respawn come out about their matchmaking. And this year, for the first time ever in the last 5 years where skill-based matchmaking has been so prevalent in Call of Duty, we're finally seeing one of the developers step out of the comfort zone and finally address the situation. We've also seen recently loads of old Call of Duty devs like Mark Rubin address skill-based matchmaking and his thoughts on it. And as we know already, he's not putting it in X-Defiant, Ubisoft's upcoming title. We've also seen old Halo devs address it and their distaste towards it. So for sure, it's definitely something that's talked about a lot in the community at the moment. It's a very, very hot topic. It has been for ages, but we're finally seeing gaming developers with a bit of inside information about how this stuff really works. This change from Sledgehammer isn't 100%. It's not confirmed that disbanding lobbies will be completely removed from Modern Warfare 3. In fact, I still haven't got my hopes up. But this could be a very key time in finally getting rid of these horrendous skill-based matchmaking systems in modern gaming. We could look back at this as the origin, the beginning of the end of skill-based matchmaking. We still have a long way to go, so where do we go from here? I know for a fact there's definitely other members in the community who are like me. And if disbanding lobbies are removed, I know for a fact I'm much more likely to play Modern Warfare 3, and I'm much more likely to play it for long periods of time. This is very hopeful thinking, but hear me out. Activision has the ability to see our time played on these games. They can see our engagement with these games. So if they see a large number of people who are now engaging with the game longer, who are now playing the game for longer periods of time, spending more money on the game even, this might change their mind about skill-based matchmaking. Will it completely go? Probably not. But maybe, if this change goes well, maybe some other changes can be implemented in future. Small adjustments to skill-based matchmaking could make it just that tiny bit more palatable. As we know, X-Defiant is releasing next year, and as I mentioned before, and as I've mentioned many times on this channel, that game will not feature skill-based matchmaking in its casual modes. If that game can have as big of a splash as I hope it can, then it could, again, be an influence on other modern games to maybe rethink the way they're doing their matchmaking. Again, I'm not getting my hopes up. This could all blow over within the next few weeks and we hear nothing else about it. But at the same time, this could be something we look back on as a huge turning point. I want to hear your thoughts about this though. Do you think this is the beginning of the end for skill-based matchmaking? Or do you think this will blow over and nothing will come of it? Do you want skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty? Or are you like me and you want to see it removed forever? Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I've got my review coming out for Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer coming soon, as well as many more gaming related videos. Stay frosty, and I'll see you next time.